Well, good afternoon, friends, and welcome back. Cumberland Outdoorsman out here in the woods with my grandson, Alex. And today we're going to do a little squirrel hunting. What do you got in your hand there, Alex? What kind of rifle you got?
A Remington 510 Target Master.
Yep. Show it off there.
Yeah.
I bought him that little rifle the day he was born. I went to a gun show, well, actually the week he was born. I went to a gun show the following weekend and saw that little rifle on the table, and I thought that would make a great little 22 for him someday, and now he's carrying it in the woods. So we're going to get out here and do some squirrel hunting. Like I said, there's still a little bit of snow on the ground, as you can see behind me there, which should make them a little bit more visible to us. So follow along, let's go. Well guys, we're set up here on this little ridge overlooking that other ridge over there across that draw. I hear some squirrels barking in the background, but we just got here and we're letting everything settle down right now. Shouldn't take long. We should start seeing them move. It is now 4:25 and it's 49 degrees out here. I'm hearing one over here and one back here. So these squirrels should start moving. Stay tuned. I think it's fixing to start. Right at the base of that tree. Stand up slowly. Use the tree to hide yourself. There, okay, he's going back up the tree. He's at the base of the tree. Okay, he's right there. Stand up.
That's not a good idea.
Okay, he's right there. See him? He's balled up right next to that tree.
Yes.
Got a good shot right there. He's right there. Between the little big skinny tree and the big tree. See that black blob there? Hey, come over here. Come right here. Look, look. Right here. No, right here. Yeah. You'll see. Perfect. He's right next to that big tree. There he goes. See him on the side of that tree. That big tree right there. The biggest tree on the ridge. Right there. The one with the cedar in front of it. He's on the ground now. Just wait, he'll go back up. Look. Hey, come over here. Okay, he's on the side of the tree again. Yeah, reload. Just wait a minute, he'll come right back up there. He's on the ground now. See him? He's right in the middle of the trunk. Okay, now. Good shot.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see what you got. You just had to finish him off, that's all. All right, get him. Hit him touch him with your barrel. Okay, you can pick him up now. Pick him up by the tail. There you go. Well, folks, this evening I decided to come out here after work. My grandson didn't want to come out, so I brought my little 582 out here for some squirrel action in the late afternoon. I've already shot it too and haven't connected. I don't know what's going on. Pretty sure this gun is on the money, but I just missed one right there. Anyway, we'll let things settle down and maybe we'll get another shot. Well guys, that was a pretty long shot down through the woods there, but I'm pretty sure I connected because I heard the bullet impact that squirrel, and I saw him kind of roll back, and then he took off to the left, and he was kind of scampering along, but looked like he was hurt pretty bad. With some luck, maybe we'll find him. I'll go down here and see where he went, but anyway, we'll go ahead and reload here and follow up, see if we can't find this squirrel. Okay, I know that squirrel was right there because I marked that leaning sapling there. He was right in between that tree there, laying on the ground, and he ran back that way. So we're at 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84. He was right here when I shot, and he went off that way. There's some brush right here. Make sure he's not laying around here somewhere. There's a hole right there, and I hope he didn't go in there. But anyway, let's see. No, he's not under there. There's a little rub on a tree there. The buck's been rubbing that. I don't know. There's a hole at the bottom of that tree. This is the direction he went, so might be in there. That old stump right there. Oh, there he is, right here. Laying right there. He tried to make it to this tree, and he did, but that's where he expired. All right. Got him. Well guys, glad I was able to recover that one. That's a big old boar squirrel there, and pretty good ways out. I paced that off to 84 long steps right there, so over 80 yards. And that's a good point to remember. I was able to mark that spot from where I was sitting because I looked at the tree that was right next to where that squirrel was, and I marked that tree in that spot where that squirrel was sitting. And that's something to remember, you know, if you're shooting at any animal, especially at long distance, doesn't matter if it's a squirrel or a deer or whatever, mark that spot. You know, mark the place where you saw that animal the last time or where you took the shot. You know, okay, it was by that red oak there or by that hickory or whatever, and then there's a limb or something leaning down right there. Okay, that's where he was. Keep those mental notes, because a lot of times it'll help you to recover that game so that you're not aimlessly looking in an area where the animal wasn't, you know. So it'll help you a great deal if you keep that in mind. Well, my friends, there's 2 more squirrels for the stew pot, and also to go along with the one that my grandson harvested with his Remington Sportsmaster. You know, I bought him that little rifle years ago. He was still just a toddler at the time. Of course, he couldn't use it back then, but I figured the time would come where he would come out here and enjoy some late season squirrel hunting the way I do, and he needed a good, accurate rifle to be able to do that. And it's also been a great little training rifle for safety and marksmanship, you know. But he saw right away that coming out here with a 22 in the late season has challenges of its own because, you know, let's face it, folks, these squirrels are very vulnerable at this time of year, and they know it. You know, there's no leaf cover on the trees and fewer places for them to hide, so they're extremely wary this time of year. They have excellent eyesight. They're nervous little animals that are constantly moving, so it's hard sometimes to get your crosshairs or your bead on a distant squirrel that might be 50, 60, 70 yards, and maybe even beyond, you know. So you need a good, accurate rifle that's right on the money so that you can make those detailed, long-distance shots. And speaking of which, I missed a couple of shots with this rifle. I was hunting with my Model 582 Remington, and I was wondering what was going on. But then I tacked up a target at 50 yards, and my first shot hit right there. So you can see I was several inches low from my point of aim, and that's more than enough to miss a squirrel at long distance. You know, that was at 50 yards, and even at 50 yards, you know, that being a squirrel's body, you could shoot right under him with a shot like that. So I moved it up 7 clicks and made that shot right there, and then moved it up 3 more and took 2 more shots, and they landed right in the middle there. And that's the reason I was able to connect with those squirrels this morning. And thinking back, this past summer I was doing a little bit of work on this gun, and I had removed the scope and made a few adjustments, cleaned the lenses and things like that, and I assumed that I had re-sighted the gun, but I didn't. I did not have it sighted back in. And so, you know, make sure you check your equipment before you go in the woods, because it might save you a wasted trip. Well, anyway, folks, that's late season squirrel hunting with a 22 rimfire, and it's become quite a tradition with me, and I've been doing it for several years, and I've tried to bring you that in my videos covering that subject matter, because for me, after the deer season closes, it's a great way to come out in the woods and participating in a hunting activity before the turkey season opens. You know, we've got a few more weeks of the regular hunting season left, and then there's about a month and a half, and then turkey season opens. And in between, I try to do a little bit of fishing, just something that's involved in the outdoors so that I can bring it to you and share my time in the outdoors with you folks. So, you know, I always try to run across another old 22 or something that I can share with you, that I can review at my shooting range, because I know y'all enjoy that quite a bit. And that's the reason I bring these old guns out here in the woods and use them. You know, I don't just have them for a collection, I actually put them to use. Because to me, you know, they don't really serve a purpose unless you use them. So anyway, folks, with that being said, let me thank you for coming along. I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate you watching. And remember, if you like to go hunting, fishing, camping, shooting, hiking, no matter what your outdoor pursuit happens to be, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. But also remember this, hit the like button, smash the old bell icon, and subscribe. That way you'll know when more videos like this one will be coming your way. So until next time, y'all take good care of yourselves, get out there and enjoy the great outdoors. I'll be seeing you.